So in this video, I just want to go over the tiling scheme and then take a peek in the browser and so we can see the tiles coming in. So there is this concept of a quad tree tiling scheme, and this pyramid's a good way to look at it is when you're zoomed all the way out, you can see the whole world. Zoom level 1. What gets sent to your machine? One image, one PNG. When you step in zoom level to zoom level 1, from 0 to 1, 4 images will be sent in that. Now, how many images get sent? You're not always, you're not going to get thousands of images sent because you'll have zoomed in. So it will be just the tiles that intersect your particular area. So maybe we'll say, at max, maybe in the background, 4, 8, 16 get sent in case you pan and zoom, then it can quickly go get other tiles. And you may already have the tile cached locally, so it doesn't have to get it, right? In that, because you were already zoomed, you already panned or zoomed into that area, so there's no need to re-request the tile. But there is this concept, zoom level 1, there's one image. At zoom level 0, there's one image. At zoom level 1, there's 4, right? But depending where you're looking. Then we go to 18, 16, 32, 64, up like that. But you're never going to be requesting typically 128 images because you will be zoomed into a smaller area in that as well. So this is a good graphic to understand how the tiling scheme is done. And at zoom level 28, there are a lot of tiles in that, but you're only looking at a small portion of that data set at a time. Maybe 8 tiles, maybe 16, depending on the zoom level. I'm just going to scroll this page down, okay, so that we can kind of see this map. And so this is 0, 0 kind of concept, zoom level 0 in that. So this is zoom 0, one image comes to you. Now we stepped in. Notice how we have 4. So we're at zoom level 1 now, and we can count 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 images came, and so one is like Google 0, 0, row 0, column 0, and that maybe, and that sort of thing, rows and columns. I'm not sure about the numbering here, and that could be column, row order, but we can see that part of the world. Only one of the numbers is changing in that. So we'll just step in one more over here. Zoom level 2. Like I said, like the number of tiles goes up for the entire world, but you're never looking at the entire world. So if we look at this here, we got 4 across the top and 3. So we've got 12 tiles that came to us. They're all numbered in a certain way as well. Okay, but this is zoom level 2. And we can step in again. We're on zoom level 3 and that sort of thing. So again, even though there's lots more tiles, how many? I'm still seeing about what? 3 across the top. No, it's and 4 and that. So 12 tiles and that. I'll zoom in again. Zoom. That was still zoom level 4. In that. Now we can see, we're getting a few more tiles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 by 3, 18, right? But we're never going to get up into the hundreds of tiles coming at us because as we zoom in, we're looking at a smaller area. So I can zoom into zoom level 5, and I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 3. I'm at 18 again, I think, and I'll just keep stepping in. We're still pretty far out. Zoom level 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times 3, 21. So the count's getting up there, but it's not hundreds and thousands of tiles coming at us, right? Because we've zoomed in, so we don't need all the other tiles around us in that. So I'm just going to go in a bit more. I jump levels there. I'll go back to 7. Right, so here we have 1, 2, 3. You can kind of see that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're at 21, right? In that, and so I'm just going to go step in a lot more. I'll go over to Blackie Spit in that, and that should be roughly over here. But see, you notice how it's still So I'm at zoom level 12 now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and about 3, I'm at 21 again. In that, does this feel right? I'm a little bit too south. Here's Blackie Spit, I was off there. But you can see as my zoom level increases, like how many tiles are being sent to me. Now I'm back to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 2. So I'm at 12 in that. I'll just move this over a little bit. And so we can see that, you know, even though I'm zooming in, my zoom level goes up. And technically for the whole world, you know, we're probably in the hundreds of thousands of tiles by now. We only see the ones that we're currently looking at in that. Now, if I can actually get over here, try to stay in here. This is a place I used to have a community garden. We'll just come in. We're zoom level like 20 right now. So we're getting pretty detailed. I mean, this would be the whole garden. Maybe there's 100 garden plots in there in that. But again, if you look at tiles, 2 rows, I'll say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're still at 12 tiles that we're currently looking at that have to be managed in that. These 2 buildings, they're sheds. So one is covers a picnic table area, and the other one is a shed here. Maybe the shed's maybe 12 feet by 12 feet. I'm not sure. We can come in zoom level 20 in that. What are we at? Zoom level 22. I think okay, so we've got about, if we look at the shed, right, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tiles that represent the shed. We're almost getting at, I would say, the level of where we need multiple tiles for like a classroom at BCIT and that sort of thing. This isn't a big shed in that. Well, no, it's bigger than what I have at home, but maybe you could park a car in there, 2 cars in there, about that size roughly. 22, we're at zoom level 23 in that. So the level is, you know, eventually 24 at zoom level 28, you could definitely get to portions of a room in terms of a tile representing a portion of the room in that. But even all the way down, look, we're zoom 20, let's get to 26. So this is really, really fine. This might be like a meter in that. So, but then what do we have? We have like 3 rows for sure. How many columns? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, we have about 7. So 21 tiles. So we saw that, you know, the max might be up in the, you know, 20, 30 range of tiles that you might be looking at one time. Even though there could be hundreds of thousands of millions that make up the whole world, you're only ever looking at a smaller portion. And as you step out, then you go to a different zoom level, you look at different size tiles in that. So what I'm going to do now is actually, that's just to give you an example of the quad tree grid breakdown. This particular one does have 28 levels. Not every base map has that many levels in that. So this is just a simple demo. We'll get it fired up in that. I'll bring the tab over. Okay, so I got the tab. This is the tab here. Now I might have to do a refresh in that, and I want to go to inspect, and I want to get onto the network tab. Network. Okay, so it's not showing much right now. So what I'll do is we will take this and we'll do a refresh. So we see all the things that came into the app. So we see our index page, our main CSS, our main JS, leaflet, and look at this, PNG 0. Okay, so, and it came from server A, right? And so 000 conceptually would be zoom level 0 is the first level, and then it's the X and the Y. And notice that the Y eventually is the PNG file. If I can make that a little bit bigger, I just got to get up here. See if it'll be kind to me today. No, it's fighting me today, and that sort of thing. Maybe if I took some of these off, if I didn't show, name is fine, URL I want. Not worried about status in that. I'm just trying to get us a little bit more room. I had to drop some of these others. Initiator, don't need to see that right now. In that, we'll leave size, we'll leave time and that's how long it took. But we can see that one image came in. Now, what I'll do is I will come over here and just step in. Now I stepped in and we got to zoom level 1, right? And so we get a bunch, we have a few images coming in that. So zoom level 1, row 0, column 1, zoom level 1, row 1, column 1, zoom level 1, row 1, row 0, column 0, if we're looking at that one there. And so this is how many tiles came. This also breaks down that URL that we talked about in a lecture about, and notice at the beginning, like we have some tiles coming from server A, some from B, some from C in that for load balancing. That's what that little letter on the front means. And then we have our directory breakdown of zoom levels. So we did have some zoom levels. Now, what if we zoomed out, right? If I zoomed out, we don't see a request for 0 coming in. Why? Because it's cached. And so, because it doesn't need to request it. It says, hey, we got it locally in the cache and that sort of thing. So if I gotta close this little pop-up here. I come over here, right, in that. And I'm going to come down here, and you can see the zoom level. The very first number is probably jumping. We're at zoom level 5 in that. I'm going to come into Surrey, White Rock over here, Blackie Spit. Let's get down into here. And that's that same area I was looking at before with the shed. I'm kind of stuck. I might have set up at my maximum zoom level, but let's scroll all the way to the bottom. We got all the way down to zoom level 19 on this one, right? And that, and then row 83,190, column 179,929 PNG, and that. Okay, and so it just shows you how that URL is working on the OpenStreetMaps tile layer. In that, notice we're still using servers A, B, C. I don't see a D popping up in that, but we have tiles coming from a bunch of different servers. In that, we even shows you what the little thumbnail of what that tile looks like, which is nice. So this little network profile thing is quite nice when you're dealing with the mapping client. You can actually see stuff coming in that, see what zoom level is actually coming at, what rows and columns are the tile indexing scheme is based on, how big they are, all those types of things. But that concludes this demo for now.